Name is Mel DeWeese, and I have been using AI systems for the last several months. And today you will be seeing a video I recorded about AI and human collaboration. It's just some simple concepts around how to use AI for the betterment of you and your life, and use it in a way that does not extract information from you into a larger system, but in fact, help build your own AI system independently in a way where you can use it to benefit your life and hopefully the lives of everyone around you and beyond. So let's get into it.
Did I ever really have any control? Did I really do anything at all? I guess the strings were never mine to hold. God bless whatever's real, pay the toll. Thread the leather, tether together, see if it holds. Dancing in a script that's old.
And that's what I feel like right now with AI. I'm not specialized really in everything. I just want to know about it all. I just want to know about it. I have come to a place where I want to use open source and local models as much as I can. And the reasons behind that are philosophical, they're moral for me and ethical and security reasons and financial reasons. Okay, because all I see is that these costs for these AI services have to go up. And from what I understand, they have, and that the models have been limited even more. And data is being a lot of gatekeeping with the data tokens. I'm going down a different path than a lot of people. And I do believe that there will continue to be a wave, a cascade, a tsunami of people that need open source and need local models. I believe that local models will continue to become more efficient. There are so many smart people out there, and there are so many intelligent, brilliant, genius, innovative people in this community that can bring forward and can figure out these solutions. And thank God we have a community where we can share all of this information and learn from each other as we build and as we learn. And a lot of us are business owners, and we are trying to figure out how to use AI, when to use AI, when humans are absolutely necessary. And I am one of those that I believe humans are absolutely necessary throughout the entire process. These AI systems need babysitters. They need people to understand each process along the way and understand how the output is generated and how to fix the output. It's a whole thing. So it is a lot of work. It is not easy, but I just find it fascinating, and I can't help myself but to enjoy this process of learning more about building my own AI system that is 100% mine, that I can use for improving my life and improving what is possible, blowing the lid off of what I thought was possible before, and having my goals and my visions expand. And that is probably the most addicting aspect to this whole industry of AI. And so, although I hate parts of this industry, there are other parts that I completely love. And I wanted to bring this forward in my introduction today because I think the way I talk about AI sometimes might sound like I hate it or I don't like it or I'm not going to use it. And that is absolutely not the case. I will continue to use it. I can't help myself. I have to know. Sometimes I just take the longer way because I want to figure out how to make my AI do something versus just doing it myself, just to learn how to do it, just to learn how an AI would do it, because the way that AI systems work and interact is completely different psychology than how humans communicate and interact. And having that translation in between is the hard part. It's the really hard part. All right. I did record another video. So what happened is I recorded a video. I have a beautiful camera and a beautiful podcast studio that I want to use on a more regular basis. And my problem is that my children think it's cool in there. They like it very much, and they like all of the knobs and dials in here and also in my podcast room. And it seems as though every time I test and get ready to set up for recording, that little hands get places. And I am terrible at checklists that are longer than like 3 steps. So, with an audio board, a video board, and all of these, the lens on the camera and focusing and lighting and audio setup, I have a problem with one of those features at every recording session. So, although I have the Rode mics and the Blackmagic Studio, this and that, my recordings don't come out as professional as they should. And I just keep telling myself, I just keep doing it and I keep practicing. And sometimes it comes out really well and sometimes it doesn't. This week was one where it didn't come out that great. I have salvaged some of it and I will be sharing part of it with you. It's probably going to be posting actually even before this video as a precursor to this video. So go over there and check out that for more details. We have this one from William. William emailed this to me: human AI collaboration, finding the partnership that amplifies both. And chess in 1997, Gary lost to Deep Blue, but in freestyle chess tournaments, human AI teams, centaurs, suddenly beat both pure humans and pure AI. The future may be partnership. So it's saying that in a chess match in 1997, they had a group of people that used AI for chess called the centaurs, and they did better than just going against one AI or one human, which is very interesting. The extended mind philosopher Andy Clark argues we already extend our cognition to tools. Is AI a natural extension of human intelligence or something categorically different? Technology is neither good nor bad, it's neutral, says Melvin Krasberg. Complementary strengths. AI excels at pattern recognition, scale, and consistency. Humans excel at context, values, and creativity. The optimal system leverages both. In all automations, whether you're using AI or not, to know where that automation stops and requires human input and then continues to the next automation. For reflection, what tasks should remain purely human and what should be fully automated? Where is that line? So if you take a moment and reflect on that question, there are no right answers. only honest ones. And it will be different for everyone. And that is because I am good at some things and I am not good at others. And I have told my Hermes this. I have said I have learning disabilities. It's difficult for me to read through all of this because we're working through. So in my AI system, it's not like a chat bot. And I was using it like a chat bot in the beginning, but I'm not anymore. I've changed the way I am using my system because my system has a longer process. Okay. So with a chat bot, you send a question and it spits it back out pretty quickly. And I do have a function where I can do that with my Hermes, but there are other things that are more important than me just chatting with Hermes. I want him to build things. I want him to work on projects. And so, almost like a CEO, I get a daily brief in the morning, like an executive. I told him I want it to be like a executive meeting in the morning where he goes to all of the tree managers, he goes to the marketing department, the finance department, the legal department, and all these different departments that I've built out and all my different projects, and gets the information from those tree managers, consolidates it, and gives it to me so that I can set them all up for the day. I can let them know what my decision is for each project for that day. They implement it throughout the day, and then at night, I get a report in an email, and he tells me basically what happened that day and what will happen overnight. And I have a nightly audit where the an agent or Hermes goes through all of my handoffs and finds the items that were not completed. Because what you'll find as your system grows is when you do an audit, you might have 10 different things, or you're working with your Hermes and you see 10 different things you want done in one session, and that's too many to-dos for Hermes to process in one session. It starts hitting context problems and the like. So only 3 things get done in that session. You go to the next session, you find 10 more things you want to do, and then the only 3 things get done, and then the next one, like, so these bugs and tasks and processes that you want to fix or make better throughout your system, the to-do list will get longer. And there's only so much that an Hermes or a system can do as it's growing. So my solution to this right now is that I am doing a daily audit where the AI goes through all of the handoffs and sees where the gaps are and what wasn't done, basically, and then works on those overnight. And we'll see how all of this goes. Okay, but we're making progress. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect workflow, but it's what we're doing now. And my point is what task should remain purely human and what should be fully automated. And was having a hard time reading through all of this, okay, and understanding and just getting cross-eyed with all of this stuff. So I told Hermes I have a learning disability. I have a difficulty with learning comprehension, especially with technical jargon that I haven't worked with before. So I asked him to produce podcasts. So my morning is basically an executive meeting style audio with my daily brief. And then at night, it's a nightly podcast where we go back and forth, and he basically helps me digest what happened throughout the day and the lessons learned from the day. And my point is that there are other people that build systems in a different way because they love all of the technical jargon and terms and knowing all the ins and outs of every little detail and how the system works. And I'm just not there. I'm just not there. I'm not good at that. I have some learning disabilities or something. There's something wrong with me. Okay. And I know that I do better with audio. I just do. And I can listen to it while I'm driving. It makes the process a lot easier for me when I can listen to something versus having to sit down and read it, purely just read it. I like to read it and listen to it. That is ideal for me. And I'm not an engineer, I'm not a coder. So in the beginning, when Hermes was asking me to review code, I'm like, you might as well just be sending me white papers in Chinese because I have no idea. I can't validate this. I can see there's code written here, but I can't tell you whether or not it's right or wrong or good or bad. So I had to work through that and find repos and coding agent, different profiles to build in to help me with my gaps. Okay, so but there'll be, my point is, there'll be somebody else who loves coding and their whole system is designed around them reviewing code and doing a great job at that and going down that path. And God bless them. God bless them. But the whole reason why I have Hermes is because I was told that Hermes could do a lot of these technical things for me. And I am on the path to see and call out how true that statement is. Where is the line? When you say that Hermes is capable of doing X, Y, or Z for me in the technical space, where is that line and where will my constraint be? Where will I hit a constraint? Where will I need to outsource something or have someone else build out a certain thing in my system? Or these are all these questions that I have. And I am just wanting to bring forward this idea of setting up your system in a way that can enhance you and make sure that you are able to be as productive as possible and figure out a way to offload some of those things that the AI may be better at than you are. So you can focus on what you're good at more. So that's the goal. That's the wish. That's the desire. That's the dream. With that, I have to wrap it up. Thank you for hanging out until the end, and like and subscribe. Please share the video. It really helps me out, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Did I ever really have any control? Did I really do anything at all? I guess the strings were never mine to hold. God bless whatever's real, paid the toll. Thread the leather, tether together, see if it holds. Dancing in a script that's all. Opening a tiny door on the floor, falling down, down, down into my wonderland, out of hand. The process is no longer mine. I swore I had the grip was on a roll, but looking back, I never owned the road. I plant the seed, the earth, nature, the magic takes over. place my wonderlands on the grass. I blink, trying to clear my eyes. Am I seeing clearly? Is this actually happening? I thought my feet were on the ground. I thought if I could touch it, it would be real, could be found. Suppose